Hi guys! So today's vlog is on having a positive mindset or focusing on the positive. I just thought it was an important vlog to do because, you know, there's just so much negative things going on in the world around us, maybe negative things impacting your life, and sometimes it's hard to push through that. But it all has to do with where your mind is focusing. What are you focusing on? I was in a leadership developmental course recently with my past employment, and one of the things that they really discussed was your focus. Where are you focusing? And an example that he gave was let's say you're driving a car, and you're driving on the road, and you see a car coming, and maybe coming your way with bright lights. Maybe it's a really fancy car. As soon as you start focusing on that car or on that oncoming car, where does your car start to go? It starts to go to where you're looking at. So you can only focus on one thing at a time. So your mind will only let you focus on one thing at a time or think about one thing at a time. So when you're driving and you see the car and your body just kind of goes like this, and your wheel kind of goes like this, and then you start driving towards that car. Well, it's the same thing with your life, with your attitude, with your how you're perceiving your life is. If you're constantly focusing on the negative things or the bad moments in your life, you're going to be focusing on that and you're going to start to feel negative. You may be depressed, maybe anxious, maybe all of those feelings that have to do with a negative outlook. And I know that sometimes it may be hard focusing on the positive. Even I have a hard time, but everybody has a hard time with focusing on the positive all the time. And I'm not saying that you need to focus on it all the time, but there's another example that they gave at this leadership teaching that I took. And it was a man who he was high up in a company, and he was really busy. He had the dream job, he had a great family, the dream car, whatnot. But he was noticing that he was always very stressed out, always in a bad mood, always cranky, always feeling upset. And he was wondering, like, what's going on? Why do I always feel this way? So he decided to take a piece of paper and make two columns. One for good and one for not good, or whatever, I can't remember what he called it. And he said that every time something good happens during the day, he's going to check the good side, and every time something during the day happens that maybe is not good, or maybe it's bad or didn't turn out the way he intended it to, he would check the other side, because he wanted to see why is he why is his life, why does he feel this way. And at the end of the day, or at the end of the few days that he did it, he started to see this pattern of all of these checks on the good side, and maybe one or two checks on the not so good side. And this showed him that even though all of these wonderful things were happening, he was focusing on the two or three things that maybe didn't go his way. And it wasn't until that he noticed that, and until that he started to switch his mindset, that he started to change as a person. He started to see his life in a more positive way. So if you in your life are focusing on all of the the not so good things, maybe you're dealing with some issues, or maybe you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or maybe you had a rough morning, and that's what you're carrying with throughout the day, then you're missing all of the positive stuff that could be happening, the good things that could be happening, because you're not focusing on them. But if you start to take note of the good things, your life is going to start to change, and you're going to start to see it in a new way. So even if you're having maybe you're having a rough day, and maybe maybe it's one of those days where the not so good side is checked off. Maybe you got like 50 million things on that side, and you only had maybe one or two things on the good side. If you focus on those one or two things that happened that day, that will help you, that will change your mindset, that will change your mood. You won't even think about the bad, you'll just be focused on the good. That'll at least help you get through that day And you know what? Then when you wake up in the morning, it's a new day and it's a fresh start and a new time to start over again. So let's say you are a person going through some issues in your life. Maybe you're having a hard time with some things. Just think about your day. There has to be at least one thing that happened in your life, that happened that day, that you could focus on. It could be a smile from somebody you love. It could be a hug from your child. It could be, maybe you made a awesome dinner for you and the family. Maybe you could think about the people who care about you. So just focus, change your mindset. Focus on the positive and not the negative. Don't give the negative any time of day, and your life will start to change. I promise you that. Using social media as an example, if you're scrolling in social media, you see where people are focusing, because when there's something not right, that's what they tend to post on Facebook or Twitter or wherever, whatever social media that they use. So you'll see all of these negative posts or these things, and that's where the person is focusing. But let me give you a challenge. Let me challenge you a little bit. Whenever something happens and you seem to be focusing on it, and you have the urge to tell the world on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you are, whatever social media things that you're into, and you feel that need to share this horrible thing that happened to you or how miserable you're feeling, let me challenge you to change it up. Instead of posting how depressed you're feeling, post something good that happened in your life instead. Post something positive. It could be as simple as, I love my family, or I'm drawing blanks here, but my son gave me the biggest hug today, or something like that. Start changing your focus. Start posting happy things, so that that's what you're sharing, and you're not sharing all of these negative things that make you focus. Because every time you log on to your Facebook, you scroll through your profile, you're going to see that negative post, and it's going to haunt you until you delete it. You're going to see it every single time, and every single time you see it, it's going to bring in those feelings back into your life. So post the happy stuff, happy things, good things. So basically, change your focus. Start focusing on the positive, and don't let the negative, don't let it in your life. Don't let it rule your life. This is going to be something that I have a lot more to talk about on being positive. So this is probably just vlog 1 of many vlogs to come. So please stay tuned and stick around and look out for more vlogs on how to change your life, how to change your life to be more positive. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you're able to go on now thinking and trying to make those little changes and focusing on the positive. So thanks for watching, and have a great day. And know that you are so loved by your family, by your friends, and most importantly by God. Thanks a lot. Bye.